Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the Football League Hub podcast. Today, I have with me here Chris, who is going to discuss all the latest transfer updates.
Hi guys, today is going to be quite a short summary of the players and the transfers. So we're going to fire through some of the latest news around some of the clubs, some of the hottest transfers, some of the ones that were close and didn't seem to go through according to the media. So we're just going to discuss quite quickly about each player. So stick with us and hopefully you enjoy.
So we are going to start off with Manchester United. It's been a quiet window for them so far, although there's been a lot of noise. It looks like they are very interested in a centre back. Do you think there's a
Mhm.
possibility of them signing any centre back in this window?
No. They'll be going towards the winter period looking for Upamecano at 42 million euros. So they'll bid for that player in the summer. And obviously they'll have a battle on their hands with a couple of other clubs. But Manchester United are keen to look at Upamecano. A couple of other centre backs, Pau Torres, too expensive, so they might have to sell a few players to do that. So now at the moment, Upamecano, number one priority for a centre back, Fred.
Yeah, another player who has been strongly linked with Manchester United throughout this window is Ecuadorian midfielder Moises Caicedo. It looks
Yep.
like now he's off to Brighton. What do you think went wrong with his deal to Manchester United?
Simply not ready to play for a club of Manchester United stature. Ollie Solskjaer knows it, so probably thought it's best for his development to go and play for a club like Brighton, or Brighton to go out on loan, for him to go on loan, it looks like, to get more experience in a European club or for a lower league club, just to give him a little bit more experience. Manchester United have made quite a few signings already, so and they will feel that they're covered in the midfield because they'll look for other alternatives. So I think purely he's not ready to play for Manchester United at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, moving on to another defensive midfielder who has tons of Premier League experience, Declan
Mhm.
Rice. A couple of
Yep.
months ago, it looked like he was nailed on to go to Chelsea, but in the past few weeks, we've heard that Manchester United are interested. What's the
Yep.
latest on him?
Right. So firstly, for Manchester United, too expensive, £65 million upwards. Manchester United are not prepared to play for that player. They have inquired to see if they would do a swap deal plus cash. West Ham would prefer the money, so that deal is dead at the moment. It could be potentially revisited. It depends on the finances, but at the moment, Declan Rice is more likely to go to Chelsea than to go to United, and he prefers to stay in London. So I would say Declan Rice, Chelsea, almost done. That would be in the summer.
Okay. Staying at Manchester United, Jesse Lingard. It looks like
Yep.
his time at Manchester United is over. We've heard some rumors that he might be on his way to Sheffield United, although he's not really keen on it. What's the
Yep.
latest on Jesse Lingard?
So Jesse Lingard not interested in Sheffield United because they're fighting in a relegation battle. No chance he'll go there. He'll look for a mid-table team where it's safe and he can be a star in that club. He could go to Aston Villa, Newcastle have been mentioned, and Burnley. Those are the potential clubs in the Premier League. He also has Napoli and Inter Milan that are looking at him. So he could also go to European clubs, and that one's going to be resolved pretty quickly. It might drag till the summer, but Jesse Lingard is off going to a different club at this stage. But his agent is looking at a few clubs and talking to them at the moment.
Another player that looks set to go out of Manchester United on loan is young England fullback Brandon Williams.
Yep.
A couple of days ago, we spoke about him on our last podcast, which you can listen to. We spoke about him, and you said it looks like he might be on his way to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Is there any more updates on that?
Newcastle's still trying to negotiate a loan deal with for Brandon Williams. So I think it depends on what Manchester United are going to do. If Brandon Williams does go, then Manchester United will initiate a transfer target for a right back. So they're looking at Max Owens, Kieran Trippier, Emerson, those types of sort of players that they're looking for at the moment. So Manchester United, if Brandon Williams does go, will be replacing to a right back. So that's good news because it's going to be a slight upgrade, and it's good news for Brandon Williams because he needs to play a little bit more that Ollie can't offer at the moment. So keep an eye on that one because that one's quite a hot potato in this winter window.
Yeah. On to another Manchester United player, Paul Pogba.
Yep.
Well, we've spoken about him on the last podcast, and you said it's more likely for him to go out of Manchester United this summer. Do you
Yep.
think there's still a slight chance that he might leave in January?
Only if someone wants to pay 80 million upwards. Otherwise, no. And because United will need a replacement, and Paul Pogba late has been key to some of their performances. And Paul Pogba is interested in staying to fight for the title for Manchester United until the end of the summer. Once the summer comes, he will move to either Juventus, PSG, or one of the Spanish clubs if they can afford him. But it doesn't look likely. So it's a race between Juventus and PSG. And Manchester United would prefer cash so they can replace him in the summer window. And that's where it is for Pogba at the moment. No chance for the winter window at the moment.
On to another player who plays in France, Memphis Depay. We've
Mm-hmm.
also spoken about him in our previous podcast, and you said that it's pretty much nailed on that he's going to go to Barcelona, although there are a lot of clubs interested in him. What's the update on that?
Depay still wants to go to Barcelona. Barcelona still want him, just negotiating the wages. Other clubs can get involved. Let's see what Barcelona do. They are the front runners. And it looks like it's a nail-on transfer with Koeman being Dutch as well. So Depay, 5 million, massive bargain for the club. Probably all they can do at the moment as well for Barcelona. So they'll be happy with that kind of player coming in. So let's see. I know Depay's been linked with clubs like Arsenal, but he doesn't want to drop down out of the Champions League at the moment. So this one will move forward nicely, and I expect an announcement this month.
Okay. Well, one of the hottest names in the transfer window so far in terms of rumors is Sumari, the Leo midfielder.
Yep.
He's been linked to Manchester United, Arsenal, Spurs, and so many other players.
Yep.
Who do you think is more likely to go to in January or the summer?
In the summer, Spurs and Manchester United will look at him in the summer. But the Lille will need to drop their price because what they want at the moment is between 35 and 40 million. Too expensive for someone who's got not long left on the contract. He'll have a year, I believe, from then. So United would prefer to bid for around about 22 million. If they can't, they'll move on to alternatives. So he will go somewhere. It's who's willing to pay the price at the moment, and no other club is in the winter window. So I would say we'll get more information and clubs who are negotiating that deal in the summer, but he's definitely going to move on.
Another player that we want to talk about is Christian Eriksen. It hasn't gone well for him at Inter Milan
Yeah,
at
it's
all
gone
so
terrible.
far. It looks like
Yeah.
he's on his way out. Is there which club are leading that race? Because I
So
heard that Arsenal were interested, but
yeah,
I don't think he would go
no,
to Arsenal, especially because he's played at Spurs.
yeah.
So
So there's two things with Ericsson. One that, and I said this, but when he moved to Inter Milan, I said it's not going to work for him there, and it hasn't. So, and I feel sorry for him. He's a quality player, so he does need to move. He knows, his agent knows, the manager knows he made a mistake signing him for the type of play that he plays. So, and the president's come out saying that they're trying to seek a move for Ericsson. I would say PSG are the front runners at the moment. I know that Poch has reached out to his agent to look like to try and negotiate some talks with Inter Milan to try and get a reasonable fee. I believe somewhere about 18 to 24 million, which will be a good price for Inter Milan, considering that's probably about how much they paid. Spurs want him on loan, and then a buy option, so they're second choice. But at the moment, Eriksen's more torn to do a new project, and he believes that PSG is going to win trophies. So, and that's what he wanted. He wants to win trophies. So PSG are the club at the moment, and they need that type of player as well. Arsenal, absolute no chance at the moment. Again, they're not in that position to sign those players. I'd be very surprised if he goes to that club. So PSG at the moment, Fred.
yeah, well, that brings us to the end of episode 4 of the Football League Hub podcast. It's been a very short and quick one. We are hoping you can join our Discord server. The link will be in the description. You can have 24/7 chats with fans from all over the world. You have giveaways. Um, we have giveaways. Chris puts in exclusive transfer updates. So give that a look. And yeah, Chris, anything?
Yeah, so just to bring the podcast towards the end, there's a couple of other transfers that I just wanted to finish off with. Musa Dembele's off now to Atletico Madrid, so that's going to be signed shortly. Medical's done, contracts again signed, and then Spurs are currently trying to negotiate something for centre back, and I'll give you more information on that in the next podcast. As Fred said, we've got a Discord. We talk about a lot of different things on there, so a lot of football stuff. This is our 4th episode now on YouTube, so we're getting a lot of information. More stuff's going to come out as we go along. So hopefully you stick with us. Make sure you join our Twitter and our Discord and subscribe to our YouTube. That would be great for us, and any subscriptions and views I'd really appreciate. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today. I know it's been short, but it's a transfer window, so we're trying to do a few of these little mini podcasts where we can just fire out some transfer news. So hopefully you enjoyed a little bit today. If you do have any questions, do come to our Discord and pop it in, and we'll potentially discuss it on the next podcast. So thank you guys. Appreciate today, and take care and see you soon.